I'm your co-ghost, Anthony.
And I'm your co-ghost, Kaylee.
And this is Two Ghosts Review The Incredible Hulk. Alright, welcome back to Two Ghosts Review. This one we're going to be doing, we're going to be going over The Incredible Hulk. This is our second movie that we're reviewing in the MCU, our MCU reviews. So we're going in order of release when they were released. But before we start our review, we're gonna start taking this time at the beginning of each episode to go over any comments or poll reviews or poll results from the last episode. So last episode I put up a poll, and the question was, who should have came back, referring to Daryl Dixon, Carol on the radio saying we thought somebody coming back, but it was just her loneliness brought the ghosts of her past back, which was really lame, and we both thought that was a cop-out. So
yeah, that was stupid. That sounds like they were going to make someone come back, and then they changed their mind, so they had to scramble and come up with something she could have... Oh, what else could she have said?
Yeah, I agree. It does kind of, now that you say that, it's like, maybe they changed their mind. But, okay, so the options that we put up were, for who should have came back, were Rick, Dwight, and Morgan. And the votes are in, and it was 100% on Morgan.
No. Whoever you are, you were wrong.
Who do you think should have came back?
Rick. That's what makes the most sense.
Rick
did come back.
He did come back, yes.
That would be worth telling Daryl. Daryl doesn't really care about Morgan and cares less about Dwight than Rick. Why would Carol be like, oh, Dwight came back. Do you want to come back and fight him because you said to stay away?
Well, I think, now that I thought about it, I think I probably would have enjoyed, for the Daryl Dixon show, since Carol is talking to Daryl, I think I would have liked Dwight because of the relationship that they had. Like, I think that would have been a good way. Like, we know Rick is coming back, so it would be like a good way to say, like, Dwight is also in the area, kind of thing, like for sure.
But in a lame way.
Does he deserve that much more than that? Like, I think it would have been all right in my book, but
they just didn't know what else to do with him. They're like, what if we put him back in the sanctuary, and what if we put her there too?
Yeah.
We've completely devastated both these characters. Let's take them back to the last place they were remotely interesting.
Yeah. But then, like, they could have like confirmed that they were there, and then they probably would have never had to, like, deal with them ever again. Kind of thing. Like they're over at the sanctuary, they're not at Commonwealth. I'm assuming, like, in the future, if we get more content or whatever, that they'll focus more on the Commonwealth. Maybe even bring Alexandria into the Commonwealth. So, like, Sanctuary would be off to the side. But
I don't know. What I do know is that this episode is about the Incredible Hulk.
Yes, it is. So let's dive on into that. All right. So let's start with the opening credits of The Incredible Hulk.
I have qualms
With the...
This always happens. There's the other Hulk movie where he fights the dogs.
I have not seen any other Hulk movie, so I don't know.
It's an earlier one, early 2000s. It does the same thing where you find out, like, oh, he's experimented on, or he experimented on himself. It's a big thing now. Like, oh, you already know what happened, so we're not gonna show it. Like, you're skipping over half of what makes it interesting.
Yeah. That's so. Like, you're saying the previous Hulk movie.
In the opening credits, they skip over the actual part where he is made into the Hulk.
The previous one, they actually did the origin.
No, they did the same thing. They show it in the opening credits. I believe, I can look it up to double check, but like, I think in the beginning, like, his dad experimented on him when he was a kid or something. Like, his dad was like experimenting on himself, but then he experimented on him.
That's interesting.
I remember being a kid when it came out, and it scared me. I didn't like whatever he's doing to the starfish. So, okay. I know that's vague, but I'm gonna look it up right now.
Okay. Well, yeah, I thought. I mean that's kind of sad if both movies did that.
When I type Hulk movie, where he fights dogs is the top edition. Hulk 2003. Hulk versus dogs.
Who's gonna win? Hulk versus dogs. It's gonna rip the dogs apart.
Here's the intro.
This is the day in the life of an introverted dog mom. I'm awoken at the crack of dawn because when your dog is hungry, she will guilt trip you until you're...
Skip ad.
Ooh. Love the Comic Sans. Valhalla. Spoilers.
It's 2003, okay?
The Hulk logo looked like it turned into Cheetos, like green Cheetos.
Yeah, this was frightening to me as a child. Jennifer Connelly. What? Shows you when the last time I watched this was.
Green bioluminescence. The starfish.
There it is. Yeah, I didn't like this. He's cutting it apart.
That is kind of gross. It looks like pus or something. Like, I don't even know.
So I had a valid reason for being disturbed as a child. Danny Elfman. My goodness.
What can't he do, huh?
But even this maybe is more in detail.
Yeah, alright. I mean, we've seen enough. Yeah. Them showing how the origin thing is in the opening credits, I don't really like that.
I think it's just their way of getting out of explaining the science of how it happens.
Yeah. I honestly, like, for this character specifically, I don't really care that much because like I don't really like the Hulk that much. But it's more of a like when they skip things in more recent movies, like Origins, and
like
they just
Spider-Man.
yeah, like Spider-Man, they skip his origins in that. Like the Batman, they skip his origins in that. Like I don't like that. Like it's a new. I know you're doing a new universe kind of thing, so I want to see how. Like it's probably the same story, but I want to see how you interpret it.
Yeah.
And like you can change it up a little bit.
And
It's a
it doesn't
different
have
universe.
to take the whole movie.
No, it could be fairly quick.
It
at the
needs to be
beginning.
longer than the opening credits.
Oh, yeah.
But as shorter than the movie.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. So I don't like that when they
Kevin
when they do
Feige's
that.
on here.
On what?
On this opening credits.
Oh,
He's
well,
credited Stanley and Kevin Feige in one line.
well.
Gale Ann Hurd produced.
Galen Hurd, huh? I did like though with this movie, it feels really out of place for MCU.
It doesn't feel right.
It
doesn't
doesn't.
have the same mood.
But the thing I did like were the connections that they did put in there, and in the opening credits you see like Stark blueprints to things,
Yeah.
and like Nick Fury's name pops up or something. Like I liked that they added those little things in there because it gave like something to make it feel connected.
So to me, I really, 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 really struggle to piece it in to the MCU because I didn't watch all these as they released. Not really.
Yeah.
Not this one. Not the early ones. I was, too young really to pay attention, but Edward Norton is not the Hulk.
No, yeah.
And
well, that's the big disconnect.
Edward Norton is not the Hulk. We never see the daughter again.
Yeah.
And it's just real weird. I feel like the only connection to the MCU is Ross.
Yeah.
But it almost seems like this is a different universe. Like different timeline because like the daughter, just all these like the multiple things about him were just different to me. In this movie, he's not.
It's kind of like, okay, I don't know if you've heard this yet or not, but it kind of fits in the thinking of what James Gunn has said his universe is like, because he's got these projects that predate his first, which is Creature Commandos.
You're talking about DC?
DC, yeah. But his first project, like that is the launching point for his new DCU, is Creature Commandos or whatever. But he has projects that he's done before, which like Peacemaker and Suicide Squad. So
The Suicide Squad?
The Suicide Squad.
There's a difference. One of them is good and one of them is bad. And The Suicide Squad is the bad one. And I will go down on that.
Whatever you think. Yeah.
It's true. It's a fact.
But the way that he's saying that he's connecting them in is basically they aren't canon. They aren't canon until like characters reference certain events in them. So it's kind of like a parallel thing, like that movie, like The Suicide Squad is not set in the DCU. This is what I'm understanding. Is not set in the DCU, but the like events are so closely the same as the DCU events that like most of it is canon. Like
that's lazy.
But,
I don't like it. I don't.
That's
like
how I feel about
picking.
this.
I don't like cherry picking. If you're gonna this is early in the Marvel thing, so how could they have known it was gonna turn into what it was? But I don't like with the DC stuff, with them redoing their timeline, you can't cherry pick. I want to keep Margot Robbie. I want to keep, I want to keep, I can't even think of anybody else right now, but like they want to keep random people. I want to keep Aquaman.
Yeah.
I want to keep,
like he said for Peacemaker, which I haven't seen.
I want to keep John Cena.
Well, they're doing season 2, which is set.
Yeah.
So, but he said Peacemaker season 1 is pretty much all canon, except for the Justice League at the end of the first season showing up.
Okay, so automatically it's no, because you can't say, oh yeah, everything except don't watch the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, but that's like, so comparing it to this, it's like, yes, all of the events in this movie are canon, except Edward Norton.
Well, it's okay. Here's the thing, though. Like, it shouldn't be. I don't know why, but like, I can accept that Terrence Howard was.
That's not as bad. I mean, he's just like a. It's still not. I don't really like it, but like, it's a little better because he's a supporting character. But this is worse. Hulk is worse. To me,
Edward Norton plays Bruce Banner completely different from Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, I can see, like, they definitely are different, but I can see, like, some similarities, here and there.
But it's like the two actors played it their own way. Like, completely different. Mark Ruffalo did not try to act like how Edward Norton did.
No, I think at the beginning Mark Ruffalo was more trying to sync up with the Edward Norton one, but definitely over time, like, he's different. He's a much different character.
Oh yeah, he's a much different character at the end of She-Hulk. Where we last at the end of She-Hulk, where he's got a son and he's insane and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Imagine that. That's Edward Norton's character. No, wrong.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my little brain around it. I really can't handle it. This is the worst. And I would rather not watch it because pretty much nothing matters. You barely ever talk about anything
it's
that
like
happened.
all starting to come back into the fold now. If you're going to say, like, nothing matters.
They forcibly made it matter.
Yeah, they're making it matter
by
now.
making it a reference in She-Hulk. Which, that character, again, Abomination, is nothing like what we see in this movie. Which I know they're like, oh, he's been, like, rehabbed or whatever. But, like, they made him stupid. Silly and stupid.
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember too much about She-Hulk because I really didn't care.
But he was, like, trying to be, like, sophisticated to my memory. Like, it was not the same type of guy.
I can understand him being a little different just because it's been so long.
A lot different. A completely different character different.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked seeing him in, what was that, Shang-Chi? Fighting Wong.
That was completely different even.
I liked that. But anyway. Moving on. So we have Bruce in wherever the heck he is. I don't even remember the location.
You're the notes guy.
I am the notes guy, but I didn't write that down. So, not a very good notes guy. But
Bruce likes the third world countries.
Yes. The third world country that he's in, he's like he's basically trying to stay calm. And he's
working on himself.
Yeah, he's working on himself, but he's like doing like martial arts too. So he has like some, which I don't get this from Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo could never do martial arts.
Yeah.
This was like Batman or something, not the Hulk.
Kind of.
Like,
yeah. Yeah, kind of like Batman Begins, kind of like.
Yeah, like I don't get Hulk Marvel vibes from this. If anything, it feels more like a DC movie.
Well, okay. What I feel, the vibes I get from this first part at least, where he's in the third world country, I get a strong Bourne vibe, like Jason Bourne movies vibe from this. Like he's being hunted in like a third world country, like on the run kind of thing. That's the vibe I got, and it felt like it was kind of like shot like those movies. I know,
don't know.
I know you said like something like you thought it was like a different movie, but like this is what I felt it was like. And Edward Norton, I think he was in one or maybe a few of the Bourne movies as well.
Okay, well that makes me feel less stupid when I say I felt like it was like Matrixy, or like it had like Fight Club vibes, and Edward Norton is just in Fight Club, so maybe that's why. But no, like the end where they're in the building and it's like dark. I don't know. Like that aesthetic, that vibe is what I get from this whole movie.
I can see it. I can see your point of view if like I'm coming at it with like the environment, like it's dirty, kind of like, you know, like Fight Club, like he's living in like that like dirty house, and they're like in basements and like stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's third world country. It's a little dirty.
Once they get to the United States, like, and they're on the campus, honestly, I feel more like Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, it gets a little boring.
Yeah, well, boring, like plain.
Yeah, plain boring.
Plain and boring.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. So at this point in the movie, Bruce is working at this bottling plant.
Mark Ruffalo could never.
Okay, I think he could pull it off. He gets blood in one of the bottles.
Another thing that they never, ever, ever talk about again, really, except for in She-Hulk.
Well, okay.
He's not worried about it in Avengers.
This isn't the blood.
He's not worried about it in Age of Ultron. He's not ever worried about it.
Yeah.
I've never, like, this was weird to me, honestly, when we were watching it. I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's new.
No, I guess it does. Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, because they can do stuff with his blood, but somebody has to kind of like know it's his blood, because like it goes to Stan Lee, and nothing really major happens to him.
Oh, he drinks the thing?
Yeah, he drinks the blood, but like nothing like major happens to him, I don't think. So it's like you kind of have to know, like, you want his blood. Like, you're trying to get his blood. You have to,
like, do science with it.
Yeah. But a cool thing that I saw recently was, I mean, it's probably just like an Easter egg kind of thing, but there's a new Microsoft ad for, like, Microsoft mixed with the new Captain America Brave New World, like, ad.
Yeah.
But there's a shot of like a desk or something with, I assume, with some Microsoft stuff on it. But it has one of the bottles from this movie sitting on there. Like, it has a few like new clips for the movie. They show a few more clips of the new movie, but
they're just reaching as far as they can reach with this stupid Captain America movie. So Harrison Ford is gonna drink a bottle of this soda now, and that's how he's gonna fermented, and that's why he turns red.
I hope it's more than that.
No, that's the level we're at these days.
Oh my goodness. No, I definitely think it's got to be something with the leader. But I don't know. We're gonna this is
Is the leader the big brain guy?
yeah.
Why is he called the leader? That's
I have no idea.
Okay.
No, I don't know the comic stuff.
Alrighty then.
But yeah, this new Captain America movie is looking like it's gonna try to pull a lot from the Incredible Hulk.
Why? Leave it to die. It's not
I don't know. I don't know why they keep coming back to it. It's not that good.
No, they're just trying to reference back to remember the beginning? Guys, remember the beginning?
Nostalgia.
Please.
But it wasn't that good. So
no, it wasn't.
Even back then, so I don't know, man.
And now Ross is dead. We hired Harrison Ford. Please. We're desperate. Please. Maybe they'll bring the daughter back in the reshoots that they're doing for the 40th time.
I mean, I would like to see her come back, but I'm not that big of a fan of her.
I would like to see her come back just for some freaking consistency.
Yeah, like I don't want her to play any major roles. I just want like a check-in kind of thing.
I was surprised every 5 minutes the first time I watched this movie because I was like, oh, Ross is in this? Oh, Ross has a daughter? Meanwhile, I've obsessively watched all of these other movies and never even had a clue that he had any kind of conflict with Bruce personally.
Yeah.
Because it is a very personal conflict. It's like, it's his daughter.
It's super pushed off to the side, though, like in the like other movies.
The only thing I can think of is he's like, do you know where Thor and Banner are? Like, that's it. And that's a reasonable question for him to ask at the time in Civil War. He has, like, nothing. Like, honestly, he seems to have more of a personal vendetta against, like, Natasha than he does Bruce. And literally anyone.
To be fair, I mean, yes, he obviously had this big deal with Bruce. But, to be fair, he didn't really seem to care too much about his daughter in this movie.
But I don't know. But they expound upon that. She was a scientist.
Yeah. I don't know.
But we're collaborating with Helen Cho a million times. Why doesn't he ever want to call her?
What happened to her? I just want to check in. I just want to know.
Yeah, just
what happened to her. Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand the point of that.
Yeah.
Like, every time I was discovering so much new information. Oh, his blood does something if someone gets a hold of it? I've never heard of that before. Oh, Ross has a daughter? Ross has a personal hatred for Bruce? Never would have imagined it. I had no clue. Zero. So, yeah, this movie just... They didn't do anything with it until, like, 15, 20 years later, whatever. A million years in the future, we're like, oh, remember, we made that movie. We should probably reference it. Let's drag some characters into this. Why are we all of a sudden trying to do a million things with the Hulk?
I don't know. It's not good.
It's not.
So, I mean, yeah, it's one of the weakest parts of what's most recent.
Make She-Hulk
things.
And give the Hulk a weird CGI son.
Yeah. So Bruce...
In quotation marks. Bruce. Alleged Bruce.
Edward Bruce.
I like that.
Edward Bruce helps some lady with a creepy guy that's part of a gang.
Again, Mark Bruce would never do this.
And then we get some stuff of Bruce trying to make a cure for himself and sending samples.
He tries to eat a flower.
Yeah, he does try to eat a flower. This movie's a lot like Batman Begins.
Yeah, see? I told you.
But, yeah, so he's working with Mr. Blue, who...
Why is he blue?
Because Edward Bruce is green? I don't know. Because this guy turns green anyway. That Mr. Blue turns green anyway in the end, so...
Does he?
Yeah. Well, I think he's goes a little green in this movie, but like we know that he's green in the new movie,
Do we know
Captain
that?
America. Yeah, I mean they showed a shot of the back of his head. I think it was kind of green, but for what I know for sure is that, as Funko always does, they released the Funko Pops, what
How
they're
do
gonna
you-
look like.
How do you make someone's head that's already big look bigger?
I did. I don't
With
know.
a Funko Pop? Because, you know...
They just like elongated it, I think.
Ew,
Yeah,
that's
like,
upsetting.
So,
Yuck.
but it's green, so
Just the top of his head or his whole
no,
body?
like his whole head is green.
Just his
on
head?
the pop. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, I don't know. I
That's
don't know
gonna
about
look
his
like
hands or
garbage. I'm
anything.
so worried.
So, yeah. So Mr. Blue is the leader. I forgot his name, but his actual name.
Doesn't matter. Now, he gives rat vibes.
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't know. Emil Blonsky gives me rat vibes. Just I don't know. He just like he's like small and like kind of aggressive, but also like he just looks dirty all the time, too. But yeah. So Mr. Blue.
He's all green.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like swollen.
Well, I guess yeah. I kind of thought it looked elongated, but it's like a front view, so yeah, it's
just
probably
like,
bulged out.
It's got like a shine. Okay, continue.
So yeah, Mr. Blue tells Edward Bruce that he needs more data to create the cure, which is data from the original tests.
I would assume so because he says it's at home and then it's gone or whatever.
Yeah, like he's got to go back to the university where they were doing the tests to get this data. And then this is where Ross sends in the team with Blonsky to capture Bruce.
Has he already gotten jacked yet?
Jacked?
Yeah, he was like super excited about the Hulk.
No, not yet. He doesn't know anything about this yet. Ross sends him in and doesn't tell him that like he can turn to the Hulk.
At the college?
No, we're not at the college. I'm talking about they're still...
Okay, yeah, because he sees him there and he gets excited about it.
Oh yeah, he's pumped there. Yeah.
Okay.
In this, he doesn't even know what he's going up against. He's just going up, just thinks he's going to capture a guy, but
Ross is like, let me get all these guys killed.
Yeah, well, like, I don't know why he wouldn't tell him. I mean, it's confidential, but like, whatever. They gotta
Dang it, Ross.
They gotta be prepared. What are they gonna do?
Shoot at him.
Yeah, they just shoot at him.
And then it doesn't do any damage, so they continue to shoot at him with the same bullets and never try and do anything else, and then they all scream.
I will say, they do try to get him with, like, the trank stuff, which they could do that, like, all the time then. Like, why haven't they done that in the other movies? Because they do it. They trank him.
Because...
And they actually get him, like, towards the end of the movie.
Because that's convenient.
Anyway, that's a way to stop Bruce before he turns into the Hulk.
Or just get a lady in there.
Or a lady. Those are his weaknesses. Tranks and...
Don't worry, I'm going to get on to that. At a more appropriate time. I'm not going to derail us there. I'll wait till an actual lady does the thing. And then I'll break it down.
Yeah. So they have a little run through the city, which, again, giving me the Jason Bourne vibes. But then Bruce gets back to the bottling plant, and the creepy guy was chasing him too from earlier.
Dang it, you didn't let me get rapey. I hate you. I'm gonna chase you.
Yeah.
With some other guys.
And then they're the ones that aggravate him enough to make him
Well, he's getting like beat.
turn into the Hulk.
He's getting beat up.
Yeah. So
trying to keep a low profile.
he turns into the Hulk, and he just gets away. They don't try to track him down. They just are like, oh, he turned into the Hulk. Let's leave.
Well, what else are you going to do?
Well, I'm thinking Ross, he would probably, I would think Ross would be like, no, we got to track him. We got this helicopter. We can follow him. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's just a
laziness.
Yeah, that's a lazy point. Okay, and then so then we get Emil Blonsky wanting to go after Bruce. Like he's real pumped about that. And then I think this is like where we get like a little more information about what was it that Bruce didn't know that he was making a super soldier serum knockoff.
Yeah, basically. I don't understand this. Really, it just makes Bruce look stupid.
Yeah.
I complained about this while we were watching in preparation for this, that like Bruce didn't even know what he was doing. But in Avengers, it is presented as, which again is confusing to me when I sit down and watch this. I'm like, oh, well, that's not what I was told. In Avengers, when they introduce Steve and Bruce, it's like awkward because you're thinking like, you're basically told Bruce tried to make a super soldier serum like on purpose to try and make himself into a super soldier or something. Like he tested it on himself and he was trying to make a serum. So you're led to believe like
that he was doing it for himself.
Yeah, to try and copy Steve, and then like he's embarrassed, and I don't remember what Steve says, like something like, "Oh, not you're smart," but like, "Oh, I hear you're smart, or you're Dr. Banner, or whatever." He's like, "Oh, is that the only thing you heard about me?" And Steve's like, "It's the only thing that matters." Like Steve's like, "I don't care that you tried to copy me."
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. The vibe that I got was not like he was tricked. He was working with the daughter on something. I don't know. I don't remember what he thought he was making, but he was confident enough in whatever it was to test it on himself.
Yeah.
So, but like, how do you miss that?
I don't know.
How do you miss?
That's the thing. It's like this.
If you're so confident to try it on yourself, how do you miss that could be a possibility, like some kind of enhancement to yourself? Like I don't remember what he thought he was doing. I should have wrote it down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know what he was trying.
Like, what do you think you're doing? Because he's really intelligent and you're working on it and you're not like, hang on a second.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe just like being around General Ross makes you stupid.
I don't think so.
Makes you blind to what you're actually doing. But,
according to Google here, the AI overview, Bruce Banner became the Hulk because he had a failed experiment that was meant to make humans immune to gamma radiation.
Okay. I guess he succeeded because he is immune to that now.
Yeah, so he thinks he's working on something to cure exposure to gamma radiation, when in reality what he does is test a version. Don't know if it was the right version or not. I would go ahead and probably say no, something was wrong with it. A version of super soldier serum activated with gamma radiation instead of whatever lights they use in Captain America.
Yeah.
Just basically, it's probably
Yeah.
the serum is probably wrong, and they're activating it with the wrong sort of light exposure / radiation.
Yeah.
They're not activating it the right way, and it's the wrong mixture.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Why do you need to be immune to gamma radiation? Is that like a problem for people? Because I've only ever heard of it in regards to the Hulk. So why do we need to be immune to that?
I don't know. There's got to be something.
Okay.
But
So-
I don't know.
Yeah. So Anyway.
But anyway, yeah, Blonsky gets some.
Yeah, get some.
He gets some super soldier serum. Which I guess like it acts
It's
like,
still wrong.
but it is it, because it's at least the first dose. It seems all right. Like it seems like straight up like super soldier serum
Yeah, except he like
on the
It's-
first dose.
okay, maybe it is because the actual super soldier serum, it's like supposed to amplify you, and he was already, kind of chomping to go and not the best individual, and it's all about
He's like-
who you start as.
What his thing is like, he's always looking for a fight kind of thing. Like what they said, like he should have been like a general by now or something, but he wants to be on the
Wants to
front
keep
lines
fighting.
and fight. Yeah. So I guess it amplifies that.
Yeah, because he like literally can't help himself.
Yeah.
He keeps going in. He's not supposed to go in.
Yeah. So then we go back to Bruce, and he's in America now and trying to get into this university. And he can't get in. He can't get through security. So he goes to someone he knows.
I had a thought here. I have something I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
That little baby grown man crying about that needle.
Baby grown man?
That not really a
What?
baby. He's strapped down to the rack to get his injections. And they give him,
Blonsky?
yeah, they give him those injections in his neck, first of all.
That was the second one, I think.
Was it?
Was it?
No.
Oh, maybe it was the first one.
He gets those
Yeah.
injections in his, because he's explaining it all. Ross is, or vaguely explaining it. And he gets strapped down, he gets those shots in his neck. Why did they do both of them at the same time like that?
That was intense. Like,
And then
unnecessary, it seems.
he gets this shot in his back, and he like, ah! And I just have to complain about it.
Okay.
As someone who has had a needle in their back all the way into your spine like that.
Well, I wonder if it was numbed or not, or if they just went straight for it.
I didn't make a sound like that.
All right. Well,
He could have done better.
So Bruce goes back to this pizza place, and I thought it was funny that this old guy that's running this pizza place, I saw, because we had the subtitles on, his name that they put up there is Mr. Pink. So you got
So like he's in on the,
Yeah.
Mr. Green, Mr. Blue, Mr. Pink.
yeah, you got like three people that are Mr. Colors.
Is this Clue?
It might be. There's a hidden game within this.
We need to watch it again.
There's a mystery. It was Mr. Pink with the candlestick
At the pizza
at
place?
the pizza place. No, it was Mr. Pink with the pizza roller thing,
The pizza roller
the
thing.
slicer, the
The-
pizza slicer,
The pizza cutter?
pizza cutter, whatever. Yeah, pizza cutter in the pizza place.
Wow. A little on the nose there.
What can I say?
Anyway, so why does Bruce go there? That seemed really random
Well,
to me.
he needed a place to stay,
and he
knew this person.
Okay, but that's like,
But-
I'm gonna go to the guy who has the pizza shop. I'll stay with him. He can keep a low profile. He's Mr.
Yeah.
Pink.
Well, I don't know if there was another reason. I can't remember if there was any other reason why he went there, but that's all I remember was just that he knew. I know he knew the guy and he needed a place to stay. But
What's the daughter's name?
Betty. And Mr. Pink knows Betty
Yeah.
and tells Bruce that Betty has a new boyfriend.
Mm.
So
Who is
little
that
bit of
guy?
drama.
Who is the guy that's her boyfriend? What's his name, the actor?
I have no idea.
He's familiar. Alright, so he was in the National Treasure movies and Rough Night.
He was the new boyfriend in the National Treasure movies too, wasn't he?
I don't know.
He was. He was whatever I think her name was Abigail or something. Nicolas Cage's love interest in that he was in the second one, I think.
Well, he was listed in both of them.
Maybe he made an appearance in the first one. I don't know.
I don't know. He's in Rough Night too, which is probably where I'm recognizing him from, but
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, so Bruce then goes and tries to get into the. Yeah. He's the boyfriend in National Treasure. Yeah. So then Bruce.
oh, and he's the weird pervert neighbor in Rough Night that wants to sleep with the friend. Yeah, that's weird.
Okay.
Rough Night, it's a terrible movie, but it's also a good movie. Watch it if you haven't seen it.
Okay. So then Bruce goes back to the university and bribes the old or like original, I think, Hulk actor who's the security guard with pizza. Gives him a whole pizza.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's kind of a little silly.
Well, it's a nod.
Well, like the giving him a whole pizza. He's like, thanks, kind of like, and
well, so was that whole show. So the
original show, yeah. But it is a nice little nod to put him in there. I did like all the nods that this movie had. Like I said before, like the Stark plans, and Nick Fury and Stan Lee, obviously, but so he gets up to the computers or whatever, and we see Peter Parker's teacher in this scene.
Bodhi
from Tulsa King.
Bodhi, no way.
Which it's cool. It's like he literally just has like a shot, kind of, just like one shot. So there's like, you can totally connect him to being Peter Parker's teacher. It wasn't.
What is he doing?
He's just up there on the computer, and like he got a piece of pizza from the guy because he holds up the piece of pizza. He's like, like, thanks. It's like he kind of bribed him a little bit. I don't know.
Interesting.
Like, but
so he went to that college, worked there briefly, and then went to Peter's school.
Yeah, which I don't know where it was. Culver University, I think. I don't know where that is, but yeah, he got to New York somehow. Then he's unable to find any data on his experiments.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I mean, after all that time, I
well,
don't think it's going to be...
after what happened, I'm sure it got cleared out.
Well, yeah, all that time and what happened, yeah, I don't think it was going to be there. So he goes back to the pizza place, and Betty and the new boyfriend, visit Mr. Pink, and they have a little Bruce and Betty kind of like see each other
So stupid.
by accident, and then then Bruce runs out into the
And
rain.
hides behind a trash can.
Yeah, but like he's out on like a bridge or something,
Walking.
and she finds him.
She's in love with him.
How did you
She has
track
good
him down?
instincts.
It's like the very next thing. Like they're away from the pizza place. Like,
Where did the boyfriend go to?
yeah, he's chill with it.
Are they in
He
bed?
knows he's not the one.
Aren't they in bed together later? What's going on?
What, Bruce and
No, maybe
Betty?
they're just thinking of each other while they're in separate places, but they're both laying in bed.
Okay. I don't know.
There's a couple of longing shots.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay, so Betty, the only thing I want from the character is that, like I said, I just want a check-in to know what's going on with her. I don't really like her character. Through the whole movie, I'm really annoyed with her, like, acting, like, scared and, like, she's, like, gasping all the time, it seems like.
Oh,
like,
I didn't get that.
or like,
I got annoyed with how she's like, Dad! Dad, stop it! Stop it!
Yeah, I mean, like, I kind of get that, and I'm okay with that. I don't know. Maybe I'm blowing it up a little more.
I have a qualm with the actress herself.
But, well, it's just how she was, yeah, like, I guess just how she was acting. Both her and Bruce were both kind of, like, bland. Like they weren't
have chemistry?
good. Like,
What do you mean they weren't good? Together?
like, both of the, like, I don't want to say Edward Norton is bland, I think, because, like, he's good in other movies, but, like, in this one,
He's not a good Bruce?
yeah. Yeah. He just felt bland. He just felt like nothing was going, like, everyone else, all the other characters were more interesting than Bruce and Betty. To me.
I don't really feel that way, so that's interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I was just annoyed with Betty and her. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. She annoyed me.
Well, they should have kept Betty, in my opinion. Very useful character. Protects other characters from ruin, degradation.
Yeah.
Betty is just useful, okay?
It would be a good idea. Yes.
Betty could be an Avenger.
Well, one good thing about Betty is that she had the data that Bruce was looking for. She kept it. And so that's how Bruce gets that data. And then I don't know why that they're over at the university again, but Ross attacks them at the university.
Because they have to say goodbye or whatever.
Yeah, but why are they at the university?
Because it has a big clearing for a battle.
There you go. That's a perfect excuse right there.
Here comes Betty's Avenger moment.
Okay. So yeah, Ross attacks, and they get him trapped. Get Bruce trapped up in that like sky bridge deal.
Yeah, we're gonna trap the Hulk in a glass bridge.
Well, why didn't they just hit him with tranks while they had him cornered in there? Because why'd they gotta shoot tear gas up in there and everything?
Because, you know.
Yeah.
It's climactic.
Yeah, we got to make him angry. We want him to.
We need to get his heart rate above 200.
Let's get him mad. So then we have this battle, and this is where you really see Blonsky with the super soldier serum.
And it's working.
Yeah, like he's running way faster than everybody else and vehicles and whatnot, and it literally just looks like super soldier serum. And then we also get, I think this is what, in the opening credits, I think these were what the schematics were. The Stark schematics were the trucks that used like whatever sound weapon to...
I believe we see them again?
Do we?
Or maybe I just thought, why didn't we see them again? Considering this is a small tangent, but in Civil War, the War Machine suit has a little one of those, and they use that against Wanda, and it makes her stop, and she like can't, whatever. I don't know if that would just work on anyone.
Well, yeah, it worked on other people. It wasn't. I thought it affected somebody else. Like somebody else got in the way in this movie.
Well, obviously, yeah, it would affect other people, but he has that built into his suit, and he uses it against her, and when, she's untouchable, that's a good thing to, like, keep on lock.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, we can use this against her from a distance, But anyway, I don't know that we ever saw them again, or if I just had the thought when I saw them, why haven't we seen these again? Because...
Oh, I like that because it's basically the same weapon, and if it Starks, he just, what he always does, throws it in his suit. He learns and he throws it in his suit.
Well,
so.
Yeah, but I mean, like a WandaVision type scenario, that could have been useful.
Yeah. Yeah, so this battle continues, and Emil gets kicked by the Hulk into a tree and wrecks him.
So how would Steve take that, though? That's another reason why this can't be correct.
No, yeah, it's gotta be some kind of knockoff one. But
he also didn't physically look any different. Like he didn't get jacked.
Yeah.
It didn't make him tall like it did Steve.
But I know it did a little bit, but like it didn't really do anything to Bucky that drastic either.
I feel like
not as drastic as Steve.
I feel like he got bulky.
Maybe a little bit, but not like if you go from weakling, like little guy, to like super like tall and buff, like wouldn't that do something crazy to just like a normal guy, like normal height and fairly fit, like wouldn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of odd because everything else like kind of showed that like he had the like he could run faster, he was stronger kind of thing. But I guess durability wise, like
durability,
he got wrecked by the Hulk. So
and then it's time for the lady to come and calm down the Hulk, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me set my cookie down. So, here we go, right? My argument for a very, very long time. It's related to the Hulk, okay? It is. It all comes back to this. Age of Ultron, yeah?
Yeah.
The most disturbing thing to grace our screens in the MCU.
I think it's the best thing ever.
Is the feigned relationship that they want you to kind of think is going on.
It's so romantic.
Between Bruce and Natasha. That's not real.
It is real.
No.
It is real love.
It's not.
Yes.
She does not have any real interest in him.
She should have joined him in that shower.
Shut up. My stance is, okay, the Hulk is a wildly uncontrollable monster almost that you're setting loose, right? You need to be able to control that. So you come to find out that, in the notes here from past incidents, we can see that having this lady come in and, talk him down, it works, but nobody else can, just this lady. why don't we let the manipulative, assassin, trained, I can't even think of enough words right now. Natasha Romanoff can do this. This is within her wheelhouse to manipulate to calm him down. Especially after the events of Avengers, when she's put in that situation one-on-one with the Hulk, and, she sees what can happen. I wouldn't doubt that she'd be like, yeah, I'm down to help be a part of controlling this and getting it back under, under wraps when we're done using the Hulk.
Sure, it started out like that.
No!
But then their love blossomed.
The other side of it is that he needs to kind of believe it. She's got to keep him dangling.
She believes it too.
No, she does not.
Yes, she does.
No, she does not. She does not. Not my Natasha. No, it's all part of work.
Right.
The line, if Nick Fury asks her to do it, she'll do it.
To yourself.
No, it's so clear in this movie. Literally, honestly, I'm surprised that anyone could even get distracted by the fact that they're trying to say it's a relationship in Age of Ultron, when literally all it takes is a girl to step in and be like, Bruce, calm down.
Okay, look, you do have a good point, though. Again, why didn't they just bring Betty in? If it's a proven method of calming him down.
Because you have Natasha, who can be in the field and useful, and is not a civilian, and is more than capable of stepping into that role.
I guess, yeah. But, I feel like there should be a mention to her or something.
I do believe that there should be a mention to Betty, but I do think that Natasha does that because of Betty.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank God. It's official. I have you saying this on a recording.
No, I agree, but it started off like that.
No, stop.
And then their love blossomed. And then in Age of Ultron.
No, in Age of Ultron, there's the longest, cringiest moment that makes me want to peel my skin off. And then there's a longer version in the deleted scenes.
Oh, man, I wish they put that in the movie.
No.
Dang.
That was called Joss Whedon trying to get Scarlett Johansson to quit because he was mad at her.
And he stumbled upon the greatest love story.
No.
Okay, alright. Anyway, she calms him down and it randomly starts raining out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was dumb. Because you literally, when he's in the glass bridge, you see the sky and there's a little bit of lightning in the distance, but it's a blue sky. It's like a clear day.
Well, I'm like the shot of, there's a shot of Ross and it just goes dark and rains.
Yeah. It doesn't gradually get dimmer throughout the fight. Just all of a sudden it's pouring.
Yeah. It was weird. Then the Hulk grabs Betty and
the classic scene of Hulk take lady away.
Take lady away. Just like King Kong. I
was gonna say takes the lady to the cave, but is that King Kong?
I think it's King Kong. So they go to this cave. The Hulk yells at the thunder.
No, it does happen in this too.
What?
I thought you were telling me that it only happens in King Kong. But no, you're right. Yeah, it definitely does happen in this movie too. I forgot.
He yells at the thunder. He's angry at it.
Because it's disturbing Betty.
Yeah. He has a real alpha moment there.
Mark Ruffalo Bruce could never.
This is the Hulk though. It's different. And then we get Ross. Well, he knows about Mr. Blue because of Bruce talking on the computers,
and they figured out who he was.
So figure that out. And then Bruce and Betty head to New York, and so Ross and them are going there as well.
Which Betty sells a necklace. And they're like,
Yeah, yes.
that's all you have left of her. Presumably her mom. Well, we'll have to get it back. They don't get it back.
They never get it back. That's what she's been doing this whole time, trying to get this necklace back. You know those rumors about like, or everybody wanting a Captain America Returns the Stones series. I want a Betty trying to get her necklace back series. It'd be so good. Anyway, they get to New York and they meet Mr. Blue, and he's awful excited. And then, so they try to cure him, try to cure the Hulk out of Bruce, and the Hulk comes out.
Honestly, if they had kept going, they probably could have done it. They could have adjusted. It seemed like it just stopped the incident. Like they were like, oh, maybe it cured you, or maybe it just stopped this incident.
Oh yeah. It stopped the incident. Yeah.
They could have kept going.
I'm remembering it wrong.
If given the opportunity and like cured him, I think.
Yeah, they might have. Yeah, because that's a big step. Yeah, to make him subside. But
something
like,
that Bruce never pursues again.
Yeah. Wild.
With all of Tony Stark's money.
Yeah, after watching this movie, like he definitely could have like figured something out. I think.
Like a medication or something.
Yeah. Something like if he feels it coming on too, like he could maybe do something. I don't know.
Like a
medication,
mist, like a aromatherapy, something to inhale, like a nasal spray. Get it in fast.
Yeah. But yeah, then right after that, he gets tranked. This is where they actually get him. And Mr. Blue has been also running a bunch of tests. Like I don't know how he did this, but he
made more blood.
Made more blood. Yeah, made more of Bruce's blood somehow or something, and has been running tests.
Could he have done like a whole bunch of infusions or something? Can you do that? I don't know how infusions work. Can it make the blood like the rest of it?
I don't know. I'm not smart like that. But yeah, so Ross now has Bruce, and Blonsky is in there with Mr. Blue, and he's like, give me Bruce's blood. I want to be more than I am right now. And Mr. Blue is like,
I just need your consent.
Yeah. I would love to do it. And so he creates Abomination out of that, giving Bruce's blood to Blonsky.
Well, and he gets some drips on his head.
Yes, and that's where we get our little tease of him becoming the leader, which is only going to get paid out however a million years later in I keep wanting to say New World Order because that was the original.
It was supposed to be, which sounds great.
Brave New World.
Sounds dumb.
Yeah, it does sound dumb. So we'll see where that goes, because this is literally the end of what we see him in this movie. We just see him get some in his ear. He gets the drips
on his head and he giggles and his head starts to squirm.
Pulsate.
Yeah.
Well, it like goes in his ear. It like drips in his ear. Like, so gets all up in his brain wrinkles, and so then now we have Abomination wrecking Harlem, which none of the good stuff ever happens in Harlem. So Anyway, we got this fight with the Hulk, this big end battle.
He has to jump out of the plane first, which made me think about the Quinjet.
It was a helicopter.
Oh, was it a helicopter? Boo.
I thought it was kind of funny.
How was it a helicopter? Didn't he jump out of the back?
Yeah. It goes down in the back.
So it's like a really big helicopter.
I guess.
Helicopters have tails.
Yeah, but like under the tail.
Yeah, so it's like really big. Okay.
But yeah, I did think it was kind of funny because like he just falls out of the helicopter and then like doesn't turn into the Hulk. It's like, like okay, that's the end of the movie. He died. But like I don't. He probably shouldn't have lived, honestly, because he didn't turn into the Hulk when he hit the ground.
How does he live through that? But Blonsky gets wrecked, getting kicked into a tree. Probably about the same amount of force.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Hulk only came out on his back. I don't know.
I don't think that's how it works. It's not nanotech.
No. So, yeah, that's kind of dumb. I don't really get that. Unless, like, there's some... No, he can't be more, like... His skin can't be more, like, durable or anything when he's a human. Because, like, he gets needles in him
Okay, but didn't
stuff.
he say in, Avengers that he tried to kill himself?
Yeah.
He said he tried to shoot himself in the head or whatever.
And the other guy spat it out.
Yeah, so like maybe you just can't die from falling from a great height. Like
maybe well,
Bruce can only die from natural causes now.
Here's the thing, it's like I assumed when he was saying that like he turned into the Hulk. Like the Hulk saved him, kind of like, or stopped him, like. But I mean, it would have to be really quick, obviously, because it's a bullet. But I don't know. Maybe he can heal. Can he heal?
I don't know. I'm not a Hulk fan.
I don't
know. Hulk, he doesn't really get hurt, and he doesn't really get hurt as Bruce either because he just turns into the Hulk in any moment. Where
I'd like to find out more about his healing, because that would make more sense. There's also a lot of powers that they never show for the Hulk. But I like in this one, like we have this battle, he uses that like clap to blow all the fire out or whatever.
Yeah, like he never does anything like that again. He's just break stuff.
Yeah.
Like he had a goal in this.
Yeah.
And otherwise he's just like insane, and you have to like aim him vaguely at something and hope he beats the right stuff up.
Yeah.
Like, he was focused.
But like you can also kind of like talk to the Hulk. Hulk has other relationships.
But like in Avengers, this isn't the same level of Hulk.
Well,
this seems
he's a little dumb.
This seems like a step up from Avengers Hulk.
Yeah.
Natasha's trying to talk to him. And like he's not within reason. Like Thor, people are trying to talk to him and he's not receptive to anything.
Yeah, the only thing is, Rogers tells him to smash, and he's like, yeah, I can do that in Avengers.
Okay, well, I don't know that he accepted that as a task, or if he was just like,
It seemed like he was like, yes, I will go smash.
Well, everybody has to listen to Steve, okay? You gotta listen to Steve. He wouldn't ask you to do anything you shouldn't.
Really?
Oh, shit.
I guess you're on Team Cap now with me, huh?
That's not true. Steve!
You're on my side now.
No, Steve can be misguided. Steve.
Okay, moving on. We got that. So we have this battle. Not too much to talk about, really. I mean, they just attacking each other. Really cool. But Hulk. So Hulk is choking out Abomination here at the end with a chain, and he beats him. But the problem I had with this being the way that he beats him, is Abomination totally had like length on him, arm length on the Hulk.
Well, yeah.
Abomination is bigger.
Yeah.
So reaching up behind to get Bruce,
yeah,
he should have been able to like do something, I think.
Should have been able to slam him around like Loki.
Yeah, something. Punch it, like, just with the reach that he had. Like, it looked like when they were showing it that like Bruce was like staying back further, and that like he was trying to get him, and he clearly had the reach on him.
Plot convenience. No, he didn't.
No, plot convenience. And then it really looked like even the subtitles said bones cracking when he stepped on his neck.
Yeah, he should be dead.
Yeah, Abomination looked like he was dead.
But we want to bring him into She-Hulk, the greatest production we've ever made.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, so they decided to bring him back for She-Hulk, and it was a great decision. Shaking your head.
It was not.
So then we get the end of the movie pretty quickly after this. It's Bruce runs away to British Columbia, and he's kind of like Wanda, because he's just out in this cabin at the end here. And I did get Doctor Strange vibes from him. He's like meditating in the thing.
That's the other thing.
And his facial hair, I was like, Edward Norton could be a variant if they wanted to play, like, he could be a variant of Doctor Strange.
I did think that towards the beginning as well, like when he's doing his training and stuff, like that's the only Marvel project I could compare it to. Like if I had to say it felt like anything, like maybe it felt like the beginning of Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just really not sold on Edward Norton.
Yeah. I agree. But yeah, I get that, and then we get it's not an end credit or even a mid credit. It's just right after seeing Edward Norton be Doctor Strange.
It's Robert Downey Jr., okay? You can't put him in the credits. He's here to
But he's been in the credits.
He's here to save the movie. Not in this movie. He's got to be part of the actual movie. He's got to go harass him, harass Ross, give him a hard time. He's got to be Tony Stark.
Now, so this movie comes out, well, yeah, this movie chronologically and I think release as well is after Iron Man, which is the first one here. But chronologically, it does go Iron Man, then Hulk. Remind me.
He's the consultant. That's why they sent him.
Okay.
Well, was here, finish it so I can explain fully, but...
Yeah, because, like, maybe I'm just thinking of Iron Man 2 or something. Like, he didn't want, or, like, he wasn't, like, really being part of... There was, like, friction with Nick Fury about being part of the team.
That is Iron Man 2. Tony Stark, no. Iron Man, yes.
Yeah.
So at this time, we'd like to bring you on as a consultant.
Okay.
So, Nick Fury just showed up at the end and told him about the Avengers, I guess.
Yeah, but so, like, now he's, like, trying to recruit for the Avengers?
he
on
was
behalf
sent
of
there.
Fury.
If you watch the consultant
Uh-huh.
short, basically they sent Tony to irritate Ross.
Okay.
Like, they just sent him to run his mouth, essentially.
Huh.
We can watch it.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that short, so.
Like, Tony wasn't supposed to do this or that, one way or the other. I think that maybe he was some kind of a distraction. Like, they needed him to occupy Ross or something, but I could be wrong. I've only seen it the one time, but he didn't really have a goal. They were like, oh, let's send in it's Coulson, I think. Send in the consultant. And that's the end, and it's Tony.
Awesome.
But they sent Tony for, like, his personality.
Yeah.
They didn't send him because, like, oh, we need to accomplish this or that. Like, they sent him to be irritating.
Yeah.
Like.
Wow. So, overall, what did you think of The Incredible Hulk?
It could have not existed. Like, I never watched it for a long time, and I could be perfectly fine. I have more complaints and questions about the Hulk now than if I had never watched it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just it's an odd one to watch. Just I hate that they recasted a major character, and the tone of the movie shifts a little dramatically for me once they get back to America. So it's kind of weird like that. And yeah, like these other characters that they keep bringing back from this movie, like I don't care about. I'm kind of interested to see what the leader does, but he looks really dumb. He's gonna have to be a really good character to like overcome what he looks like.
Yeah, and going off of his personality from this, it's all downhill. Like, he's just gonna be goofy.
I'm more excited about Sidewinder than Gus Fring. Yeah. I'm more excited about that character than the leader, except that like I kind of like that like the leader is maybe like some like like some kind of Zemo role or something, like orchestrating things from behind the scenes, maybe something like that. I like him in that role more. But we'll see how it plays out.
I don't see that man's motive in being a villain.
Well, who knows? Yeah, like it's been so long. Like
I don't see his motive.
I have no idea.
Especially with a big brain, he should be able to figure out that conflict is not the way. But whatever, we'll see.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, do you want to give any thoughts on Agatha? We have not seen Agatha.
Well, we've seen pieces.
Yeah.
Agatha, that didn't need to happen.
Yep.
In my opinion, it was extremely obvious when you put out whatever imagery of the teenager.
Yes.
As to who he was. Basically, I mean, spoiler alert, Agatha dies and is now a ghost.
That's probably the only thing that like, that kind of like surprised me that they kind of just did that.
Agatha dies, she's a ghost, and now she's gonna help him find Tommy.
Yeah.
It's annoying because it feels lazy to me. We just did Multiverse of Madness, where Wanda decides that she, whatever. First of all, Wanda, corrupted by the Darkhold, decides, off-screen corrupted, for some reason, that she's going to capture, torture, kill a kid to be able to hop to a different universe to be with her children, who both exist in this universe.
Yes, but from what I understand, like, she probably didn't know they existed because it was like something like the souls of them went into different bodies, so it's
Yeah, so when the hex went down,
yeah,
they I don't know.
somehow went into different bodies.
Some teenager got into a car accident like at the same time and died, and Billy went to his body.
Yeah.
It's like in the Scooby-Doo movie when the souls just start flying loose and going into any vacant body that they can find. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. And it's just harmful to that character. They just seem to have wanted to make a super gay show, and that's pretty much it. I mean, they just wanted to make a gay show. They wanted to make Aubrey Plaza be in love with Catherine Hahn and go back and forth and do a little bit of witchcraft here, but everyone is gay even if they're not, and they wanted to introduce Billy in a cringy, awful cringy moment. That's so sad.
Well, yeah. Now, to be clear, this is the only project that either one of us have not watched.
And I am obviously a massive Wanda Maximoff Scarlet Witch fan.
For sure. But for me, the two things that like I just don't want to watch, like, or that like puts me off of a project.
Realistic witchcraft?
Yeah, realistic witchcraft and like an overabundance of like sex or something.
Yeah.
Like, if I gotta skip through a whole bunch of stuff, like, because I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I'm
then
not watching it.
It's not worth it. Yeah. And the trailer for this was just like
demonic. Witchcraft.
Yeah, like crazy. Now, I don't know how intensely they went into the show, because I mean, we have some friends that say like it wasn't as crazy, but
it looked rough
as what they thought. Yeah, but it looked pretty rough. But yeah, like I think like recently I'm just sick of they're putting like witch stuff in all kinds of stuff, all kinds of shows now. Like, I'm just getting sick of it. Yeah. Like Star Wars has been doing it for multiple projects now. It's like, I don't want to see that for Star Wars. I want to watch Star Wars. I want to watch lightsabers and stuff. But,
yeah, it's just, it's frustrating. Like, oh, yes, I know. Look at the comics. Yes, Billy is gay.
Yeah.
Yes, Agatha does witchcraft like that, sort of, depending on, you know, what you're reading. But like,
but also, what did Scarlet Witch do in the comics? Because like, did she do that level of stuff? Because from what they've shown of her, like, they kept it appropriate, kind of.
It's kind of a mix, 50-50. I've got comics from the Vision and the Scarlet Witch series. She's doing like some ritual because of the moon or something. Mm-hmm. Like,
see, that's little into too much for me. Like,
real, yeah, but it's not like, I don't like, she mentions like, oh, it's this, I need to, you know, it's the opportunity to do this if I want, but like, it's still very much the red, just vague stuff,
orbs
of, you know.
That's what I want from it, like the level that she had.
Yeah.
Basically before Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, once you start putting like, I don't know. There's just a line, okay? Doctor Strange, their sorcery, that's fine.
Yeah. And I like how they explain it. Like, they're adding some like sci-fi to it.
Yeah.
Like, we pull this energy from the multiverse and use it kind of like This other stuff is more crossing into like real witchcraft.
What I would like, I guess, is just general telekinesis and not runes and ceremony type things. Which that's just where we are, at this point. But
especially if they start chanting, like I'm out,
the Latin.
bro. Yeah. But what else with that? Like, they did show. I know they showed Ralph again.
I can enjoy his role.
Yeah, but I felt like, from what I've heard, like it wasn't very much. Like it wasn't all that important. So like I don't know. Like I want to see him like be a speedster kind of, but I don't think that's gonna happen really.
He's not Pietro.
I know that, but like maybe like I'm kind of hoping like I really don't care all that deeply, but like I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him like get folded into the MCU, like if things collide in Doomsday, but like his other version from the X-Men ones. Like I wouldn't mind that, but yeah. So yeah, Agatha's a ghost now, and Billy's looking for Tommy, which hopefully that gets better since you get Tommy. I kind of like I want a speedster. I want a mainstay speedster. So
we'll see.
It's just gonna suck if he's attached to this young kids group because everybody else sucks.
Well, that's what they're known for.
Being terrible.
No, they're known for being a part of the Young Avengers. They're important members.
Well, now they're changing them to like champions.
Okay, well,
which
whatever
is a
they're
totally
calling
different
them,
team.
They are important members of that. Now, just what I hold my breath for is this Vision series and whatever comes next.
Yeah. We shall see. All right, so I think we're coming to an end here. Do want to plug my other account, my Blue Ghost review. I just put up a review for The Penguin. If anyone would like to check that out. We will be putting up a poll for this episode. Don't know what the question's going to be yet, but we will review it, the results, in our next episode, which should be our Christmas episode. Ooh.
Christmas!
So, next episode, grab some hot cocoa. and join us for that. So, we'll see you guys next time.